Hi there, this is Lesley for Debunking Addiction at healthyplace.com. Today I want to talk a little bit about how to help an addict or an alcoholic loved one. I'm just going to say addict from here on out because I consider alcoholism to be a type of addiction. There's a lot of talk about enabling and detaching with love and these type of terms that are in the treatment community and in the counseling profession and in the recovery community. We hear a lot about them. And in my experience, there is no one-size-fits-all rule for how to deal with someone that you love who's struggling with an addiction. It's one of the most heartbreaking and difficult things to go through. And I'm just going to give you an example. I was doing my worst drinking from 19, 20, 21, and I lived with my parents for a significant part of that time. People kept telling my parents that they shouldn't allow me back in the house, they should change the locks, etc. And they never did that. There were other things that they didn't do for me. They didn't keep me from getting asked to take a leave from school. They didn't prevent me from making mistakes or from having repercussions at jobs or at school or whatever my activities were. These were things that they couldn't cover up for me, and they didn't cover up for me. So I did have repercussions, and I had other experiences that were not very pleasant that my parents couldn't do anything about during my addiction. But I believe that if my parents had kicked me out and not allowed me to come back to the house, probably a lot worse would have happened, and I might possibly even be dead now. So I don't know. I know it was an extremely difficult time for them. It was an extremely difficult time for me. But I can't say that they did the wrong thing, even though people were telling them that they should not allow me back in the house. So I just think that you have to take these type of things on a case-by-case basis. There are a few things that should serve as guidelines. It's important to remember that people need to suffer consequences for their addiction in order to reach their bottom, in order for them to want to get help. There do need to be consequences, or else they'll never want to change. And it's important as the loved one of an addict to keep yourself safe. Keeping yourself safe and your children and your family safe is probably the most important thing. As far as the specifics of letting someone stay with you or not maybe giving them cash but paying for them to do something else, I don't believe that anyone can really tell you what the right thing to do is in that situation. You have to figure it out for yourself with the help of and advice of people that you trust, and whatever your center is or your spirituality, look to that for guidance as well. And just know that you probably will make mistakes. I have. I've given money to people that in retrospect I probably shouldn't have because they probably used it on drugs. But that's going to happen sometimes. It's just not a perfect process. As long as you keep trying and doing the best that you can for yourself and for the other person, that's all that can really be asked of you.